You're right guys, it's Capgun Tom here and I'm back for another episode of Road to Glory, and today we will be continuing on with our England Euro squad, and we will be doing something a little bit different today. We're going to be trying to win the One Nation Challenge tournament. The rules of this are your team has to be 4 stars, so do expect me to bronze bench because there's no way that I can get this team to go into this tournament without bronze benching, and you have to have one nationality in it. Now, I obviously needed to lower our rating quite a lot because our team is quite high rated, it's 5 stars at the moment, so I thought the perfect way to do that would be to buy Oxlade-Chamberlain and switch him in for Theo Walcott. So that's the first player I bought. I also needed to get rid of more of the ratings, so I ended up buying Henderson as well, who is going to replace our Gerrard, which is a shame because Gerrard is a really good player. But you know, to go into this tournament, we're going to have to shed all of the extra ratings that we can. And to be honest, when we changed those 2 players and had the bronze bench, we actually could get into this tournament, so I was pretty happy with that. You can see me here putting in Henderson into the team. So obviously he's a cam, but he does get full chemistry just because he's got 4 strong links going into him, and also Oxlade-Chamberlain going in there as well. So pretty nice. Looks like a decent team, not too bad. Obviously Rooney's going to be a key man in this tournament for us because he's very highly rated. And we go into our first game and we come up against someone who's using a Northern Ireland team, all bronze except one informed silver. Now, I've never believed in handicapping until I played in this game, because it was the most difficult game I think I've ever played in. Granted, the guy was a FUT founder, but even then you don't expect, you know, to be struggling against bronze players, not even shiny bronze players. So you can see he actually takes the lead, and then he goes 2-0 up in the 52nd minute, which was an absolute nightmare, I won't lie. Fortunately for me, he does get 1 player sent off, which was like a massive turning point in the game. You can see here him coming in from behind after we scored from Ashley Young, and it was a big turning point. It meant there was a lot more space in the midfield for me to exploit, and I did manage to equalise through the Ox and a nice header from the corner. So a good goal from Ox to make us on level terms. We do take the lead. You can see just crosses for days here. Ox is just, I don't understand why he's so good at getting on the end of the crosses either, because he's so small and I can't imagine he's particularly strong, but he really did a good job. Unfortunately, he does equalise in the 80th minute, which was a bit of a pain in the arse. Bit of a finesse shot, and Joe Hart just didn't get anywhere near it. Anyway, a nice passing move does put the Ox through, and the Ox in his debut game for us gets a hat-trick, which is always good to see. So yeah, pretty good going from the Ox. Cheers for that, got us through into the next round. And you don't expect to see such a difficult game in the first round of a tournament. I mean, this is the sort of thing that you're expecting to see in the last game, or in the semis, but not really in the first. Anyway, we go off into our next game. We come up against the 4-1-2-1-2 Bundesliga team, and yeah, it's a bit weird because he's playing like Marin at centre attacking mid and the striker at left mid, and it's just very strange. But we took the lead through Scotty Parker. Nice finesse shot from well outside the box there. Keeper just not getting anywhere near it, so a good goal from there. We then take a 2-goal cushion. Wayne Rooney there, easy goal for him. And yep, continuing on. I mean, I don't understand why, but I've never enjoyed crossing the ball before, but with this team it just seems to work. It really does. I get down the wings very well, and crossing into the box, especially for Wayne Rooney and Andy Carroll before him, both of them very good at getting in front of their man and scoring. Anyway, this guy makes a comeback here. You can see Ozil there getting 1, and then exactly the same goal again from him. Simple through ball, and Ozil scores probably like 2 minutes later, so it was 3-2. I thought I'd sealed the game here. Ashley Young going through after a nice pass from Rooney and scoring, but unfortunately this guy makes a comeback, and I was raging at this because I just couldn't understand how he'd managed it. I mean, a finesse shot from outside the box from Schürrle, really didn't expect that one to go in, and then I was just like, okay, I'll just play the ball about, try and hold the ball, but unfortunately he did end up you know, getting possession back from me. I wasn't playing it across my back line, but he did end up getting the ball back from me and end up scoring in the 90th minute, so I was so annoyed. Anyway, you can see here the penalty shootout. I sped up the first few pens. I was doing pretty well because I saved a couple and then scored a couple, but then he scored and I missed, which meant it was 2-1 to me after 3 penalties. So I slowed it down so that you can see the rest of the penalty shootout, because this is really where it gets exciting. You can see there he saves to make it 2-1. As I said, Nuo is an absolute tanking goal. He's so big, it's very difficult to beat him. You can see there I went the right way, but unfortunately Joe Hart didn't get his legs to it or his hands, and it didn't end up going in. You see here Henderson as well scoring, which was very good because that meant that all we needed to do was either score or save this penalty to win. So we're standing on the spot kick, and unfortunately I was actually trying to stay in the middle. Usually what I do is I stay in the middle and press up, just so that in case they try and shoot above me, I'll save it, and I'll save the ones in the middle as well. But for some reason it dove. But you saw there Scott Parker stepping up and taking the penalty for us and putting it away very, very nicely. So after that 4-4 draw, we end up winning it on penalties to proceed into the semi-finals of this tournament. Now, this tournament wasn't easy, I won't lie. I really did struggle, even though it was only my first attempt at it. So we'll see if we can win it. Here you can see we go into our next game in the semis, come up against a pretty standard 4-1-2-1-2 English team. Some decent players in there like Jermaine Beckford. Warnock is very good at left back as well. Gary Cahill. So some good players in there. I wasn't thinking it was an easy game, but we again crossing it in the 17th minute for Rooney, and Rooney getting in front of his man as he has done so many times to score the goal. And there wasn't any more action until the 87th minute when Johnson got away down the wing, and then Young hits the post from the header, but is there to pick up the rebound and put it away. So a very decent win. I defended really well in that game. I was really pleased with how I defended, because in recent games or recent episodes I've really struggled to defend with these two players. I mean, even you saw in the last two games that I was struggling to defend against pacey players. So I was glad to see that we finally could keep a clean sheet and proceed into the finals. So final time, we go into our final game, and I was pretty happy to see come up against this team, all Spanish, lots of informs, but none of them especially good, none of them formation trained. He's only got 79 chemistry, so I was very, very pleased to see that. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I could have come up against someone who done something like me and had some very, very good players and had a very strong bronze bench, but this guy didn't seem to have done that. Anyway, first goal going to me. You can see here putting it back out to the edge of the box, and Rooney thrives on that sort of ball in real life. Ball come out to the edge of the box, and he smashes that one in low into the bottom left hand corner of the goal. The second goal goes to us again through another header from a corner. Oxlade-Chamberlain again doing the work, and unfortunately I don't understand why, but after that this guy put down his controller and just wasn't playing. So, you know, I was happy to put in my my 3 extra goals to give me the 3-goal, you know, the 5-goal cushion. But it would have been nice to see him, you know, really try. But I'm not going to complain in the final, just because, you know, I wanted to win. I really did want to win. I was so happy to have finally won. I mean, in, what was it, 200 or so games, we've only won one other tournament, so this being our second tournament that we've ever won is a big deal. You know, it's really, really good to see that we can actually win one with this team. So yeah, that's how it ended. You can see here the tournament bonus showing that we won 3,500 coins bonus, which is pretty cool. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope that you enjoyed me putting in a tournament, because I don't often do that. So please leave a like if you did enjoy it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time.